Hi, good morning. My name is Kristin Kaufman, and for those of y'all whom I've not met, I'm in the business of helping people create the lives they want without giving up the creature comforts that they want. And that at today's time may seem a little bit lofty. We are facing, without a doubt, one of the most unprecedented, scary, challenging times of our nation and our global community. And I felt compelled today to actually share 9 things that have come to me over the past 9 or 10 days that amazingly were wisdom points that my mom and dad had shared with me throughout my life, and actually have never been more relevant and more pertinent than in a situation like we're facing now. So I wanted to be in service to you and share those with you in hopes that they will help you. They certainly are helping me, and perhaps this is a little bit of an autobiographical video because in sharing it with you, it will also help me. So the first point is, my dad always used to say, we really control very little about what's happening around us. The only thing we control is our response to it. And he used to say, you only control 3 things. You control your ABCs, your attitude, your behavior, and your choices. Sadly, we don't control very much of anything else, our response and our ABCs. So when I have been struggling, quite frankly, over the last 10 to 12 days, I have to continually remind myself that all I have control over are my thoughts, my feelings, my thoughts, and how I'm actually going to respond to the challenges that we're being faced with today. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, in the times of strife and challenge, that is where real leaders emerge. That's when the real leaders emerge. When things are rocking along, happy-go-lucky, pretty much anybody can lead the Pied Piper. You know, it's just not that difficult. But when we are truly being pushed and pulled and torn into a million different directions, none of which are stable, none of which feels secure, that's when true leadership does reveal itself. And Jeff Immelt, the CEO of General Electric, used to say, leadership begins with a constituency of 1. Meaning we have to begin leading ourselves first. And then it's sort of like putting your oxygen mask on first. And then we can lead our families and our teams and our organizations and our neighborhoods and all the people that are really counting on people to rise up and to look the tiger in the eye, so to speak. So in times like this, that is when the leaders emerge. And the question is, are we up for the challenge? Okay, point number 3. We are undoubtedly and unquestionably better together, period. I think so many times people think because we are sequestered or we are quarantined and we don't have the ability to join hands with one another physically, that we recluse ourselves and we become somewhat insular. And I have to say that I think, and I'm an introvert by nature, I'm an INFJ on Myers-Briggs, so being an introvert is very natural to me, but I will say during this challenging time, it has caused me to want to reach out, to do more videos, to do more conference calls with my team, more Zoom with my team, anything that I can do to stay connected and to actually hear people's voices, see their faces, feel their emotion, even if it's not flesh to flesh. That absolutely has helped me. And I do believe all that does is reaffirm that we are indeed better together. And that's when we all need to pull together and help one another get through what I would consider to be a very challenging, if not unprecedentedly challenging time. The 4th tip or observation, and I could not be more passionate about this point. I truly believe that this is our time. It is our time as a generation, as a nation, as a global community. It's our time to show our children how we can rise up and face a challenge with grace and dignity and courage. It's our time to think creatively about how we can repackage our services and our goods, how we can repackage how we're taking them to market, how we can creatively address a need perhaps that the market has, and do so with purity of intention, but nevertheless do it and actually take full advantage of the opportunity to serve others and to be in service to other people through this challenge. So when we think, why is this happening to us? My point is, I actually believe that this is our time, and it's not happening to us, it's happening for us. And it's all about how we are going to grab those reins and take the initiative to make the best of this situation. The fifth tip, and I believe this again with every fiber of my being, our faith is what will get us through. So whatever your faith is, and I'm not one to preach my faith, I'm hopefully one that lives it and shows it from example, but our faith and relying upon a higher power is absolutely what will get us through this. And so therefore, if you're a meditator, if you are a centering prayer practicer, if you pray every morning, if you have a devotional in the morning, now is the time to really buckle down and stay into that disciplined habit of integrating that into our daily lives, because I do believe it will raise our consciousness. I do believe it will increase our mindfulness about the situation. And I absolutely believe that it will steady our perspective on what is happening to us and around us. Fear. This is my next point. Fear can either be a catalyst or a paralyzer. I choose catalyst. I refuse to let fear paralyze me into thinking that this must be the lot in life that I'm going to be doomed to experience. I absolutely think that fear can be a catalyst in how we reach that, how we meet that challenge. So whatever it is that you're most afraid of right now, look it in the eye and wrestle it to the ground. Fear can be a catalyst, and it can help us to become the most that we can be. Always serve others. My mama used to say, and God bless her, because she and my daddy both were right about most things. She would say, girls, when you are worried or scared, or you are focusing on yourself and you're getting very myopic in how you think a situation is hurting or impacting you, serve others. Look outside yourself. And when you do that, all of a sudden joy and fulfillment they completely overpower us. And that's what we want, because when that happens, our energy levels rise, our vibration rises. And so therefore, even if it's as simple as sending out a couple of cards a day to people that you know that are older, perhaps they're in a retirement community or a nursing home and they can't have visitors any longer. Maybe it's an elderly neighbor that you need to reach out to. I mean, I've been trying to make it a practice for the last week to send out no less than 5 cards a day to people. And I had a list provided to me by one of my team members of people in a nursing home that cannot have visitors and they have no living relatives. So I just sent them cards. I don't even know who they are. I did not have a name to even put on the card, but I did put a handwritten card, wishing them the best, telling them that they're not in it alone, and that we absolutely are sending love and prayers to them. And it was kind of amazing what a lift I felt when I put those in the mailbox for the mailman to pick up. So whatever it is that will be something that will be easy for you to do, or perhaps it is even a challenge for you to do, being in service to others will absolutely shift your perspective and definitely lift your vibration. The 8th point, community in a situation like this is everything. It is everything. I believe community is everything pretty much any time in the world, of any year, of any day, of any month. However, especially now, we are pulling together as a community. And I think that to me just gives me a lot of hope and a lot of faith in our fellow human beings, that if we pull together as a community, that will make all the difference in the world. And the last thing that I will say relative to how we can meet this challenge, be kind. Just be kind. Everybody needs a voice of reassurance, a reassuring word. You got this, look. And just perhaps it's even a phone call or a card. But I do believe that it's our sacred responsibility as fellow human beings to support one another as we go through this crisis together. We will come out on the other side. We will absolutely be better for it. And we will have learned so much about ourselves, as well as so much about our human condition. And I think it will be definitely an aha moment for us that we will look back on a year, 10 years, 20 years from now and say, man, that was a very transformational time for me in my life, as well as the people in my life. So with that, those are my 9 points to ponder, so to speak, that I hope very much will bless you and serve you as we are embracing this unprecedented challenge as a nation, and as a global community. Again, my name is Kristin Kaufman. I'm in the business of helping people create the lives they want without giving up the creature comforts that they want. And yes, I do believe that in times like this, fortunes can indeed be made, lives can indeed be changed, and it is 100% up to us.